Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video, man. So, Rockstar finally decides to show us the trailer number 2 for Grand Theft Auto 6, and man, may I tell you that this was something spectacular, man. This was something that the industry needed, right? So, thank you to Rockstar for giving us that incredible trailer. I cannot wait to get my hands on this game. But the one question remains that came out of this trailer was the 60 frames. Will consoles be able to run this game at 60 frames per second? And in this video, we're going to dive into it. We're going to dive into the latest rumor that has come out, and it's according to the PlayStation 5 Pro's PSSR, right? But before we go ahead and do that, if you are new and you do like what you see here, please consider subscribing to the channel. Hit the like button, share out the video. We offer memberships. That link is pinned at the description below. Make sure you go ahead and click that and see what we got to offer here. And with that being said, man, thank y'all so much, and let's get into it. Right? We're going to cross over here to WCCF Tech. Shout out to WCCF Tech, man. Always coming through in the clutch. You understand what I'm saying? Let's get into this right here. PlayStation 5 Pro's PSSR 2 will feature higher image quality, wider resolutions offering, and proper support for 4K 120 frames per second and 8K 60 frames per second. Now, this is the rumor. Shout outs to everybody who has 8K TV. My goodness. The next version of the PlayStation 5 Pro AI powered PSSR upscaler will come with some significant improvements according to rumors circulating online. In a new video shared on YouTube, Moore's Law is Dead, who previously provided correct information regarding the PlayStation 5 Pro and the PSSR upscaler before the official announcement, revealed that Sony is training a new lightweight neural network requiring less frame time to upscale that will offer higher image quality, no matter the base resolution a game is upscaled from. That's clutch. Okay? That's clutch right there. Pay attention to that. That's very key. Let's continue. Currently, PSSR requires a base resolution of 864p, which is pretty high compared to the ultra performance NVIDIA's DLSS option, for example. But the next iteration of the upscaler should be able to deliver better image quality upscaling from lower base resolutions. Let's continue on here. According to the leaker, one of the main reasons Sony is working on this new version of the PlayStation 5 Pro upscaler, which may not even be marketed as PSSR 2, I don't think you can, hold on, as PSSR 2, because they want to get better at running 4K resolution at 120 frames and offer 8K resolution output at 60 frames per second. Wow, some games already offer 4K resolution at 120 frames per second. With the current version of PSSR, the new version of the upscaler will make it so that games that currently can't push past the 70 or 80 frames per second range can offer better performance besides the improved image quality, which will see improvements in line with the leap in quality from AMD FSR 2.0 to 3.1. Additionally, a new version of the upscaler will offer a wider resolution offerings, supporting 1440p and 1080p resolutions at locked 120 frames per second, which the current version of the upscaler doesn't, as it only used to offer 4K resolution output. So, that right there. Hey, let's stop real quick. The current upscaler only offers 4K resolution output. Now, it is looking to expand his horizons, right? Offering for 1440p and 1080p, but with a locked 120 frames per second. That's huge, bro. You understand what I'm saying? Like, for a console to be able to be doing this, it's incredible. And especially at 1440p, to be able to give you 120 frames per second locked. That is clutch, bro. And that is something that we should not be overlooking. Um, let's continue on. And also, real quick, look at the type of leap that this is looking to get, right? It's comparing it to the leap that AMD's FSR did from 2.0 to 3.1. That's clutch. Okay. Let's continue here. Better image quality is reportedly also coming to PlayStation 5 Pro games that don't use PSSR to upscale with MSFR, which was the internal acronym for the upscaler. MSFR will be the alternative option to TAA to offer better image quality. So even those who don't, because we know some developers don't use PSSR, right? So even those games, even those developers that decide not to use it, this new MSFR that they're putting to be the alternative of TAA will even offer a better image quality on the PlayStation 5 Pro. These are major improvements that we're seeing here, right? If we continue here, with the current implementation of the PlayStation 5 Pro upscaler having been a hit or miss so far, it's not surprising that Sony is working on a new iteration that will likely benefit the future console generation, considering the PlayStation 6 will likely support PSSR as well. Hopefully, it won't take long to see this new version of the upscaler in action and know whether it will deliver all of these rumored promises. So yeah, obviously PSSR is here to stay, right? They trademarked it. They're not just gonna bring out a PSSR and throw it away once PlayStation 6. Project Amethyst is gonna be on PlayStation 6 with PSSR. I mean, it's gonna be incredible. If you're a console gamer, you have so much to look forward to, right? If you're with PlayStation. So according to this, right? If you look at when the PlayStation 5 Pro came out, look at all the games. Remember all the hype that was coming around when the PlayStation 5 Pro came out, and all these developers started coming out praising it. How is like almost working miracles out here as far as the gaming industry, right? Even the most recent ones have come out and said that they'll be using PSSR from now on, instead of TAA and things of that nature. I can't remember the developer that said it. I can't. It's right at the top of my head, but I can't get it. But you know, everybody's giving this thing high praises, right? And if we look here, because I'm gonna show you a couple games that PSSR came in and saved the day for, right? So let's just switch over here real quick, right? These were games that were previously only at 30 frames per second or lower on the base PS5, right? We look here, The Last of Us Part 2. It was previously locked at a 30 frames per second on the base PS5 and can now be enjoyed at 60 frames on the Pro. Ratchet and Clank is another one. It capped at 30 on the base, now at 60 frames on the Pro. Marvel Spider-Man 2, Gran Turismo 7, and that's just to name a few of them, right? We see Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. We saw what that the Pro did for that game. It's a night and day difference. Also, Dragon's Dogma 2, to be able to run this game at 60 frames on the Pro was huge. It was clutch, bro. I don't know if you played Dragon's Dogma on a base console. It was horrible. I could not play that game on a base console. I am so sorry. It was not gonna happen. It was looking horrible. It was running horribly. I felt like I was playing a game, back in the days. That's how bad it was. When the PlayStation 5 Pro came, look at what it did to that game. And mind you, that goes for Rebirth as well. Rebirth was looking horrible. And now look at when the Pro came. Look at how these people were talking about it, right? We saw the all those Digital Foundry videos that they did on it, and also on the Dragon's Dogma, and also Black Myth Wukong, right? Another one. If you played it on the base console, you know how bad that game was looking, right? It was looking so horrible because we had to pick performance over quality because we want to run the game as best as possible. So I had to sacrifice the visuals, and man, was that a sacrifice. Like, bro, it was so bad, bro. Like, I did not enjoy the image quality part of that game. Um, and when I booted it up now, when it got the PS5 Pro enhancement, bro, it's night and day. And it runs incredible. And it's looking so good that, I wish I played this game the way it looks right now. But, which was my game of the year of 2024. So you could imagine I platinum Black Myth Wukong. So you could imagine how I'm feeling, right? But those are just a few examples that I want to give y'all as far as what the PSSR has done for these very demanding games. And even though it's CPU bottlenecked and all that, I get it, right? We all know it's the same CPU, but the PSSR is working miracles out here. That's what it's doing. And granted, the PlayStation 5 Pro did not need a new CPU, because if they gave it a new CPU, we will be going into a new generation. So it's just doing what everybody else is doing. XESS, DLSS, AMD's, FSR, now PSSR. That's all it is. It's an AI upscaler. That's all it is. So it's doing its job. But yeah, keep in mind, with that being said, to keep this short, keep in mind all those games I just mentioned to you. Look back, look how bad they were running, look how bad they looked. And now when the PS5 Pro has come out, look at the improvements that the Pro has given to all these games. That's what I need you to understand and pay attention to. Now we look forward to Grand Theft Auto 6. It has been said that PlayStation has been working very closely with Rockstar. This entire time, they've been working with Rockstar. So let's keep that in mind. Let's also keep in mind that I believe that Mark Cerny has also been in the lab with them and working with them, because this to me could be Mark Cerny's greatest achievement. It's if he could get this console to run this game at 60 frames per second on the PlayStation 5 Pro. If this man is able to achieve this, everybody should be giving Mark Cerny his flowers. If this is attainable and they get it done, everybody on their channel needs to have a segment or a video or something, talking about Mark Cerny and giving him his flowers for making this happen. Because right now, everybody sees it as impossible. It cannot. There's no way a console is gonna run GTA 6 looking like that on a console. There's no way. So, I believe this is gonna be his toughest task. Being how popular this game is and highly anticipated. There's a lot of pressure on a lot of people with this game, right? So PlayStation is one of those people. So pay attention to all that. If we say that Mark Cerny is the genius that he is and the wizard that we call him the wizard, we should believe that he's gonna get this done, and we will be playing Grand Theft Auto 6 on the PlayStation 5 Pro at 60 frames per second. Granted, you turn off the ray tracing effects, and everybody will be 100% on board with that. If you were to ask everybody, they're gonna tell you, yes, turn off ray tracing and give me 60 frames. I'll deal with it. Everybody. So they know that. They know that. Mark Cerny in the presentation when he presented the PS5 Pro, he said it himself. The majority of people pick performance over quality because they want the better performance. He knows this. He knows what's going on. So he knows that if they give us a performance pro mode, they're going to turn off all the ray tracing and things like that, but we'll get a 60 frames and we'll be okay with that. And we will not be complaining. He knows that. They all do. So, let's wait and see, man, but that's all I had to say about this. Yeah, that's all I had to say about this. Thank y'all so much for taking your time out. Let me know how y'all feeling about this in the comment section below. Do you agree? Do you not agree? Let me know. Do you think that this game is gonna run 60 frames on a console? Let me know down below, man. With that being said, it is your boy, the Gifted One. Gentlemen, I'ma catch y'all on the next one. I'm gone.